I just got back from the Skool Games where we just won our third Skool Games award. And before the Skool Games, I was actually in Mexico and we were hosting our in-person mastermind for our VIP clients in a beautiful villa overlooking the ocean. It was amazing. The staff was amazing. The food was amazing. The people were amazing. And as I come back home and reflect on what just happened, of how we have built a business that does $100,000 a month in recurring revenue. We're able to do retreats in Mexico with amazing humans and clients and connect with Sam Ovens and Alex Hormozy in the Skool Games. I wanted to share a couple stories that I gathered on my journeys over the last couple of weeks and that have helped me and our team to be able to build this kind of business. And hopefully this idea or these ideas in this story might help you in building your coaching business as well. And so let's go back to Mexico. So we had 24 people in our villa, and this was a business mastermind, but we talked very little about business. We talked a lot more about limiting beliefs. We talked about traumas. We talked about Holy Spirit. We talked about creating, like simplifying our businesses. And after one of the deep sessions that we did, I went out with my business partner to the beach, and it was the night, and there was a full moon, dark sky, clear sky. And we were kind of joking. And my business partner and I were like, hey, it's a clear night. Do you think maybe we can call in some aliens? And after what we'd witnessed over the last couple of hours, I'm like, probably anything's possible. Like, you need me to do anything? He's like, just hold the space for the possibility of aliens. And I was like, okay, cool. So I'm holding the space and I'm like, yeah, possible. And then my business partner, Alexander, is like, aliens, where are you? Or come and see, come here. And we waited. No aliens emerged. But this actually reminded me of something. I was meditating and I was praying a couple hours earlier. And one of the prayers that I've been saying more recently is, Holy Spirit, reveal yourself to me. And so I said, hey, how about instead of aliens, why don't we try calling in the Holy Spirit? And he's like, great, you need me to do anything? I'm like, hold the possibility of the Holy Spirit emerging? He's like, okay, great. So he holds the field. And I'm like, okay. And then intuitively, I kind of get this intuition. I'm like, okay, first, I'm just going to get into a feeling vibe of like my surroundings, of the energy around. There's the waves coming in. It's, late at night. And I just kind of closed my eyes, kind of got into the frequency of just what was around. And then I was like, okay, Holy Spirit, reveal yourself. And in that instant, we hear a sound. We both hear the sound. We turn around, and there's a man up in an abandoned building just above us with a white shirt. And then we both turn around and see him. We look at each other. We're like, that. And then it kind of dawns, like, we said, Holy Spirit, reveal yourself. And then a man appears. We're both looking at each other, kind of, is that the Holy Spirit? And we look back, and the man is gone. Okay, interesting. So, we have bare feet. We're on the beach. And we're like, that was weird. Let's try this again. So kind of get into the frequency. I'm like, Holy Spirit, reveal yourself to us. And in that instant, a bigger wave than normal, like, ran all the way up past our feet, and we both felt the power of the current go back out. And previously, the waves weren't touching our feet. The minute we said, Holy Spirit, reveal yourself, the entire ocean comes up. We both feel it, back into the ocean. We both look at ourselves like we both got the message. Okay, that's the Holy Spirit. And then we're having a conversation and we're like, should we try again? And we were both like, oh no, we can't ask for too many miracles. Don't want to test it. But in that instant, we see the waves come in and the waves come out. And the waves leave a little bit of a foam, right, when it comes in, and then it disappears into nothing. And it was like the wave was giving us a message or a code. And in that awareness, the message was new moment. It's like a new breath. New moment. New breath. Every new moment you can ask for a miracle. Every new moment you can ask to have the Holy Spirit reveal itself to you. Every new moment is a new moment. Okay, great. Got that message. So in that instant, we say, Holy Spirit, reveal yourself to us. And in that very instant, we look down the beach, and who do we see but Gabby, our unicorn who works on our team. And she's coming down to meet with us. And I was about to say, Gabby, how you doing? And Alexander touched me on the arm. He's like, no, wait. She has a message for us. So I don't say anything. And she walks down the beach, and we're just waiting. And you know what she says? Of all the things that she might say, she says, you guys look like a couple of aliens. And that looks like a spaceship right behind you. Okay. What? We're the aliens. Interesting. Strange, serendipitous string of events. And so we tell Gabby, we're like, Gabby, here's what's happening. Is this tracking? Does this make sense? She's like, okay, interesting. Makes sense. Should we try again? Okay. We try again. Holy Spirit, reveal yourself to me. In that instant, guess who shows up again? The guy in the white shirt. We all turn around kind of freaked out, kind of like, what is happening? We turn around and look. The man is gone. We definitely all saw him. He was definitely there. And then he was definitely not. Wave comes in. New moment. Wow. Wow. What if Holy Spirit, what if miracles are happening in every moment and we're just not aware of them? What if we're not in communication with our surroundings? So anyways, we leave. And I turn around and landed on the very spot that we were just standing, lands a long-necked bird, which is my wife. My wife broke her neck. My wife has painted many blue herons, and is kind of like her spirit animal. And it's kind of like a little wink, like, oh, my wife is here. Okay, cool. Next day, I'm telling this story to my daughter, and we're sitting there. My daughter had a little bit of a tude, or kind of like a little grumpy. And I started to tell her about this story, and her mood like totally changed. And I'm sharing about the aliens, I'm sharing about the bird, the waves, and she's like, Daddy, can we try? Can we try this? I was like, sure. And so she's like, Holy Spirit, reveal yourself to me. And in that minute, I saw her, and I could see the Spirit in her. And so that was what it was for me. But you know what she says right away? She's like, Daddy, look, there's a guy in a white shirt. And it was the bartender behind the bar. And I was like, wow. And then I looked at her, and she's like, Daddy, he disappeared. And he just went behind the ledge. I'm like, amazing. And then she's like, Daddy, can we try again? I'm like, sure. She's like, do you think this time the Holy Spirit would bring a dinosaur? I'm like, I don't know. We could try. Holy Spirit, reveal yourself with a dinosaur. Reveal yourself. And in that very instant, a woman who we have no idea who she is, she taps me on the shoulder and she says, I'm sorry to interrupt. I have very big ears. And I've just been listening to this story and the way that you talk to your daughter. Are you a drama teacher? And I'm like, no, I'm just a regular bro. And she's like, wow, it's a phenomenal story, like amazing. And you know what she was wearing? She was wearing a dress with scales. What? Weird. Amazing. The last part of this story ends with me crying because we put our daughters to bed, and I'm like amazed by this. And I'm just present to the Holy Spirit everywhere in my life. Little miracles, little signs, feeling like I'm connected in a way that I've never been before. I can see things that I've never seen before. I'm communicating in a way I've never communicated before. And I want to tell my wife this. So we put our girls to bed, and we're sitting in chairs and overlooking the entire resort. And we're having a conversation, and it's not quite going the way that I want it to go. And I'm a little bit nervous to share this with her. Nervous that she might not believe me. And I just voiced it. And we had a bit of a sticky conversation. And eventually, tuning into the surroundings, I got to a place where I wanted to share. And it actually wasn't even for my wife in that moment. It was, I wanted to share to God. I wanted to share. In some way, it was like, it didn't matter. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm going to share. And so I have my eyes closed, and I'm sharing the story. I'm sharing about the aliens. I'm sharing about our daughter. I'm sharing about the dragon lady. And I say, Holy Spirit, reveal yourself. And I'm explaining as I'm saying it, and I snap my fingers, and all of the lights in the resort go off. And I open my eyes, freaked out, and like, what just happened? But everything went dark. And I look at her, and she just looks at me and is like, what the? And I just cried. I'm like, oh my God. I don't understand. But wow. And I do understand. There's an entire world that we can see with our eyes closed. An energetic world, a spiritual world, an abundant world, where love is ever present. And the more I live and grow my business from a space that is connected to that world that is intangible, where the Holy Spirit is alive and well, the better decisions I make, the more flow there is, the more success, the more abundance, the more peace, the more joy, the more freedom there is. And that was one of about 76 downloads or codes that I got over the last 2 weeks in Mexico, at the Skool Games. And I'm super grateful. And I just wanted to share that right here. That's all.